What's up, Phoenix, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're gonna be talking about numbing your emotions. Something that we all are very good at in here. And that's why you're here. That's why you're here watching this video, because the goal, the point is to stop numbing our emotions with food and finally use food for health and hunger. So if you've never been here before, welcome. I'm super excited that you're here. My intention for you is to finally stop using food as a drug, use it for health and hunger, and be connected to your body. And so be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. I release these videos every single Thursday to help you repair the relationship to food and your body. So let's get started. My name's Samantha. I am the founder of Hungry for Happiness, and I've helped thousands of people with this. And so I've done it a few times, so I know what I'm doing. So come along for the ride. At the end of this video, I'll be sharing with you my #1 strategy for ending the battle with food in your body. So be sure you stick around for that. All right, so numbing your emotions, what is that? It's when you feel a sensation in your body, emotionality in your body that you don't like, or you're not okay with, or you don't accept. So then we use food to numb it. It's no different than someone using alcohol or drugs or sex or whatever it is, some sort of distraction, some sort of addiction to numb what's happening in our body. I did a whole video on emotionality. If you've not yet check that out, be sure you check that video out so you know what is emotionality, what is a physical hunger cue, what is an emotional hunger cue. So be sure to check that video out. But essentially, it's when we use food as a drug, in its simplest form, it's when we do that. And so if that is you and you identify with that, it doesn't mean that you have binge eating disorder. It doesn't mean that you have an eating disorder. It just means that you don't yet have the tools to be able to handle the emotions in your body. And the only way that you know how to feel better is through food. And so let's start to reverse some of those patterns, because food and emotions are so linked together. If you think about it back in your childhood, when you were really good, your mom would be like, here, have a treat. Or when you were bad, you would get something taken away, or you'd be rewarded with food, or if you were sad, you'd get food. There's so much enmeshment between emotionality and food. And so it makes sense now in your adult life, or I know now that you're older, that you use food as a drug because that was how you learned to soothe when you were younger. And so if we look at this whole ability to self-soothe, what is that? Self-soothing is simply understanding that there's tension and there's anxiety and there's activation in our body, and we can soothe that without anything external. We don't need a pill, we don't need food, we don't even need a nice bath with salts. In fact, I love that, but we don't need that. We can do this work internally without anything externally coming in our bodies. But what tends to happen is a lot of us will say, well, I can't handle those emotions, or I don't know how to handle those emotions. And so we're so quick to jump to the external thing that'll put a Band-Aid on a bullet wound rather than just feeling through the emotionality. And so what we need to remember is pain in our body is there for a reason. So when we numb it, we're missing the lesson. Pain is there to teach us that something's out of alignment, something's not right, we need to pay attention to something. And so when we numb it with food, we're doing ourselves a massive disservice. And so you need to feel in order to heal. You have to feel your emotions. You can't just keep repeating the same cycle and getting annoyed at yourself and getting mad at yourself and feeling shameful, because that's what happens. It's like binge eat, feeling shameful, binge eat, feeling shameful. And then you get yourself stuck in that cycle where you don't really know how to get out of it. And the first thing I want you to really get is feel everything. Just feel everything. Feel the pain, feel the sadness. The second you disconnect from it, or the second you're annoyed with it, or think that it should be wrong, or want something different, the second that happens, you're going to go into numbing mode. You're going to numb with food. And so binge eating has nothing to do with the food. It has nothing to do with, eating less. That's not what it's about. It's about the intention behind why you're eating. So many of my clients are so fearful of feeling their emotions because they're like, oh my God, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to handle it. Your body knows exactly how to handle your pain. It's just your mind that thinks you don't. So our mind's ability what our mind thinks we can handle is this much, and what our body can actually handle is so much. So give yourself a chance to be able to feel. Just give yourself the chance to be able to explore that. You'll be able to handle it. Your body's not gonna give you anything that you cannot handle. And so allow yourself to just be an expression of, I get to feel my emotionality without numbing it. I get to observe the pain that I'm experiencing in my body and just feel that out and see what that actually feels like, because that is going to be the ticket to you not using food to numb and for you to start feeling all spectrums of your emotionality, because there's no good and bad emotions. It's just sensation. And so when we can take all the labels off and we can trust ourselves enough to feel, we'll really see some traction. In a minute here, I'm gonna share with you my ninja strategy for helping me not numb my emotions. Before I do that, I wanna make sure that you are in the 5-day Food Freedom Challenge, which is our totally free 5-day challenge where I walk you through step by step to help you end the battle you have with food in your body. So we're going to do this together. I'm gonna help you actually do this through videos and exercises and meditations. There's a community there, so the community will be able to help you as well. But the goal of this is to help you stop using food as a drug. So if you're up for that, the link is below. Click the link and join the 5-day Food Freedom Challenge, and we'll see you inside there. So my ninja strategy is meditation. Meditation is a way where we can silence our mind, we can connect back into our body, we can know the difference between an emotional hunger cue and a physical hunger cue. For my whole life, I was so disconnected from my body. Meditation is what brought me back to that spot. So we actually have a 21-day meditation that you can do. The link is in the notes. I will also be creating an emotional eating guided meditation next week. So be sure to check the channel next week for that. You guys asked me to create that, so I am bringing that out for you. I hope you have an amazing day. I wanna know right now, what was the most useful part of this video? If you could choose one thing that was super useful for you, let me know by writing in the comments below. If you have any questions on anything I shared, I answer every single question on this channel, so be sure to pop that in the comments below as well. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and we'll see you next Thursday for another episode. Bye for now.